you see my wine or I see my wine on someone else's table, like drinking it, and to think where that came from and how many times those grapes got moved from A to B, that I think there's a huge disconnect amongst most consumers as to how wine gets from a vineyard and a grape to a bottle.
Today we're here with Ben Parsons, winemaker behind The Ordinary Fellow in Palisade, Colorado. Ben, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So for our audience who's going to go to wine country this weekend or this summer perhaps, when they get the opportunity to walk the vineyard, from your point of view, what should they be looking at? What should they be excited about? What's so exciting about walking the vineyard, working in the vineyard?
I think it's really like the idea that you could grow something from like rootstock, farm it, just, suffer the vagaries of like agricultural production, like deal with all of those challenges and do it in like a sustainable way. But then, just determine when you're going to pick that fruit, take it into the winery, ferment it, turn it into wine, age it in a barrel, bottle it, decide on the branding, decide on the naming, come up with a label design, take it to all of those small, awesome restaurants that everyone wants to hang out at because they're making great food and getting good press. And you see my wine or I see my wine on someone else's table, like drinking it, and to think where that came from and how many times those grapes got moved from A to B and then back from B to C and then C to D, like whether it be like shoveling grapes with a pitchfork through a destemmer or shoveling fermented grape marc into a press with a Home Depot bucket or picking that case up and taking it from here to here, like that got handled so many times, so much went into that I think there's a huge disconnect amongst most consumers as to how wine gets from a vineyard and a grape to a bottle. Most people think it just ends up on a grocery store shelf and is $5.99 a bottle, and that is not the case.